Hi, and welcome to episode 6 of VendrCast. I'm JJ, and I'm your host for tonight's show. I have two amazing guests here, and I will let them introduce themselves on their own. That way, honestly, so I don't mess it up. But before we do that, let's talk about our sponsors and this incredible venue. So for sponsorship, we'd love to thank Venue Hub. Dawn has been instrumental in actually setting this up tonight. I actually reached out to her because Devin was like, I need you to find the venue. And so I was like, hey, Dawn. And, she gave me like 2 venues in like an hour. So
She's awesome.
She is fantastic. Yeah. Really is fantastic. And then she gave us a Jane here at the Ballyhoo. And Ballyhoo is an incredible venue where their main goal actually is to combat loneliness. If you actually go on their page and say like what's their why, they talk about loneliness being like a really like a leading cause in like depression and all of these like really hard things. And so by opening Ballyhoo, they hope to bring that community back.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is really cool. I thought that was really awesome for them. But okay, guys, so thank you so much. And then I also have one last sponsor to mention before I move forward. This is my first time hosting, okay? Be patient. I got this.
Same, it's our first time here too.
Lionsgate. Lionsgate is also a sponsor of ours. And so have you guys been to Lionsgate?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
Beautiful venue, right?
Gorgeous.
It is. And the last wedding I shot there, I walked in and it was like a fairy tale. It was like they had, sheets and like I don't really know they're not sheets. What are they called? Like fabric.
Yeah,
it was
like fabric panels. Yeah. He's like ghosts.
I don't do. Listen, honestly, I don't do events at all. I'm not in the hospitality industry. I swear, I don't even know what the hang from ceilings is called.
Perfect rigging. Glad to be here. Are we in the right room?
Honestly, at this point, I don't really know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to 2 incredible guests, and which one of you would like to go first?
Oh, Stephanie Sadri told me she was really excited about that.
All right, I guess it's age before beauty. My name is Stephanie Sadri. I am the Director of Meetings and Events for the American Craft Spirits Association. We are a nonprofit trade organization that represents the craft spirits community. I'm also the Chair for Meetings Industry Council and a past president for MPI Rocky Mountain Chapter.
Awesome, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I can't wait till the check clears.
Listen, my people will talk to you people, I promise. Okay, I promise. All right, and now?
I am Jeanette Stensgaard. I am the Chief Brilliance Officer of She Plans Co. We opened in 2024, and so really doing well, loving it. We work on strategy and event logistics for any companies, mainly in medical, pharmaceutical, and association-based. I'm also the current Vice President of Finance for MPI Rocky Mountain Chapter and the 2026 incoming President-elect.
Wow. Honestly, I think that about takes our time up here because these women are just so incredible. I mean, just for them to introduce themselves, it is very impressive. So first of all, I want to thank you both for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and just sit down, have a chat, and just talk about, your experiences as a planner and really like share some knowledge and experiences to those listening here. It really means a lot. So thank you.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to ask you both a quick a question to get this ball rolling. You're both going to have to answer, so be ready. In And also, the reason why I had you introduce yourselves is because I was very timid to pronounce your last name. So it's Stensgaard.
Stensgaard, yeah.
Stensgaard.
I
See?
tried to get him
Nailed
to
it.
take Phillips, but it wasn't happening.
Got it. So it
Next time.
Next time.
Oh, so Phillips is
My maiden name.
your maiden name.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So then, what would you say is the happiest moment of your life so far?
Oh, I think I'm obligated to say my kid's birth here. Yeah, I have 2 amazing kids. I have an awesome husband, super supportive. My husband makes it so that my work-life balance can also mainly be harmonious, because we all know that that's never going to be a 50 give on 50-50 on either side there. But I have a phenomenal team who supports me at home. Happiest moment would be, if you're talking industry-wise, it would be probably starting my company and realizing that I can do this, and that I can be my own boss and make my own hours and choose who I want to work with and get to volunteer the way that I want to in this industry to make a difference.
Wow, that's awesome. So when you were making your own business, like, when did you ultimately decide you were going to make your own business? Like, was there a moment you remember where it's like, you know what, I'm doing this and I don't care?
So it's been in the back of my head for a long time. I've always wanted to, I'm very entrepreneurial spirited. I've always wanted to own something. And the more I got into the industry, the more I realized that it would be a meeting planning business. I was very strategic about it. I knew that I think there is a very special place for people who can do weddings and personal events, and that is just not the thing for me personally. So I knew I needed to make sure I had the experience behind it in order to be a credible person in the industry to have my own business. The opportunity arose when I was an employee of the Kidney Cancer Association, and they were doing some restructuring and some budgeting and just needing to make some changes. And as they were doing that, the opportunity arose, and I went to them and just was like, we can save some money if I go contract. And I would start my own business and do that. And they were so incredibly supportive. I'm so lucky that they gave me that opportunity to where I didn't have to worry about income immediately. And I just haven't
That's really
looked back
nice,
since.
especially when
Yeah.
you're just getting started. Like, being able to, have those financial responsibilities kind of
Absolutely.
taken care of really allows you to really focus on it and build it the way you
Yes,
want to,
Exactly.
which is amazing.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I've never looked back since. It's been wonderful.
I mean, I wouldn't either if my title was Chief Brilliance Officer.
Right. Well, when you own your own business, you can be anybody you want. Listen, kids.
Listen, kids, own your own business and then your own boss, and you can
That's right.
say, hey, I can go home early today.
True.
It's true. During the summer, I work 9 to 2, Monday through Thursday, so I can be with my kids.
No, that's fantastic,
Yeah.
especially because it allows you to still be a part of their childhood and to
Yeah.
really so that's very important. I know that's especially with that work-life balance, it can be very easy to let that slip through, and so I'm glad to hear that's not the case.
Yeah, absolutely. They wouldn't let me anyway. They're very, Mom, take me. Mom,
clingy.
can I? Man, can I? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I know those will be the days that we miss, so.
Of course, yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, Stephanie, your turn.
It was the birth of my children.
There's no gun to your head, I promise.
Besides I think the obvious, birth of my children, and I was really actually getting our golden retriever. That was probably the highlight of my life.
Aw.
Because she was the best. It's all that. It's about having family and everything like that too is really key. I keep forgetting to talk into this thing. I just want to talk to you.
It's okay.
I think there's that. A couple months ago, somebody mistaked me for Selena that was on my shirt. He thought I had my face on my own shirt. So that was pretty exciting for me. That was kind of the highlight of my life.
Honestly,
are you kidding me? Being mistaken for Selena,
Yeah.
Anything for Selena's.
Right.
So that was a big deal. I think professionally, there's been so many moments. That's kind of, I think, why we do what we do, because we just have such cool opportunities, and we're in the room of when so many amazing things happen. A life-saving drug is being launched. I heard Obama accept his first presidential nomination because I was part of the Democratic National Convention when it came into Denver. There's been some really amazing things. This year, though, was really special. The distillery who won our Innovation Award, Best of Show Award, and Best of Category Award had only been in business for about a year, and he had just lost his full-time job. And so he was just doing this as a side. And so it was a small distillery out of New Jersey. He had this incredibly beautiful masala liqueur, and he's up there accepting these awards. He wasn't even going to come. We had to kind of be like, you should show up. And he was like, why? And we're like, you just should. And so he came, and it was just to see that moment, like where it literally changed his life. Like, he's now being, he's collaborating with these big brands now, and he's in front of these people that he's wanted to be a part of, and to know because of the event we created, we've changed this person's life. And it couldn't be at a better time. I mean, he's up there in tears. And I think that was just like a really cool, powerful moment, sort of a moment of being like, man, what we do is like really neat.
It matters.
It matters.
What we do matters.
We change the
When
world.
we meet, we change the
That's
world.
right.
It's true. Honestly, like the more we come together as as humankind, the better we do, the easier we change. And so it's like by allowing your passions to come forth, it allowed the platform for the gentleman with his passion for making liqueur and to give him that stage where he was able to allow his product to be shown. That's amazing. It really is cool.
And recognized, not just shown.
And recognized, absolutely.
And by powerhouses, I mean, there were some industry leaders in that room, and he's in front of hundreds and hundreds of colleagues and peers and people that, he, probably, I'm assuming, but respected and looked up to. And now it's just he's with them, and that's the best part about it. So I think that was a really cool moment, just like changing somebody's life like that.
I get that. I feel like when I was very much cornered to join the board by somebody here, I really felt like there was several people there who I really looked up to and really felt like, holy cow, this is crazy that we, get to be a part of that. And now to be able to hug those necks still and be with among them as peers and as colleagues and not just on a mentor level anymore. Obviously they're still great mentors in this industry, but really feel on that equal playing field. It's surreal. It's great.
It is. And honestly, I share your sentiments because, you show up to a venue and you have focusing on gear and everything, but literally you were capturing someone's most important day. Right.
Yes.
And honestly, it is wild because you never know what you're going to walk into. Honestly, a story that comes to mind is recently, Devin had asked me, Freddie had asked Devin, then Devin had asked me to capture this celebration of life for Shelby Woods, I believe his name was. And you just get there and, you get to it was a church and they had a gymnasium and they wanted photos and videos. And the mom was like, I just want nice photos of my family. And so I'm thinking to my head, I'm like, okay, how am I going to make this gym look nice? So actually,
Right, and bring out the joy in a sad situation, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
And so I actually went outside and saw this really tall grass. And they had a big photo of them. And so I just took them all to the field with a big photo.
Oh, I
and
love
kind of
that.
shot low. So it looked like the field was endless. And so you just have them looking at the photo. And I asked them to think of the happiest moment you've had with him. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Right.
Just look and think. And it actually worked out really well. And so it's those short shoots. And then they did a water balloon fight, which is wild.
Yeah.
It was literally a water balloon fight, which I've never captured before. But it just brings back to that moment of you don't realize the importance of the actions you do in someone else's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't understand the importance of in someone else's life, the actions that you do. And so you starting your own business and you help setting up that event just gives people the platforms to really shine.
I had two of my exhibitors got married because they met at one of our conventions.
Oh,
That's
cute.
And yes, they met at one year, and then a couple years later, she had called me because we do a lot of pre-convention stuff, and she's like, "Well, we really want to do this, but we're gonna, we're not flying until the morning of." Blah blah. She goes, "Yeah, I'm getting married the night before." I was like, "Oh, you're probably gonna miss it then." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm marrying," and then listed the company, and they literally met on our floor.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And they're married and have a
except
kid
for
now.
I tend to break up fights with exhibitors. I don't get marriages. So that's all right.
Everybody's got strengths.
Okay, honestly, can you I got to hear about that. So did you actually have to break up a fight?
Yeah. When this
What?
was
Fisticuffs?
middle 2006, so this was with a different organization, and we had a pretty big exhibit floor, 125-ish vendors, and there were two vendors. There was one vendor on the show floor, and there was a member who was supposed to be able to take advantage of said exhibitor's benefits, and was not getting callback, or I mean, I can't remember the exact situation, but he was not thrilled with the customer service he was receiving. And he decided that he would show this by punching him in the face. So, of course, I'm 2 booths down, telling everybody how great I am and how great it is that they are there, and so glad they've come back this year. And I hear on the radio, security, we need security, security. My poor little admin, please, somebody, security. Do we have security? Where's the security? And I was like, where are you? And she tells me, and I'm like, oh, I'm right there. So then I just went over there. I mean, I didn't get in the middle of that because delicate, but we did have to get security in there and break them up quite literally.
I'm so
I mean, it
curious.
was probably memorable for everybody.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Remember that year when?
We do create memorable moments.
That's true.
No matter
One
what.
way or another. Yes.
So that's wild. He's like, hey, listen, I asked for ranch and you gave me blue cheese. Pow!
Essentially, yes.
That's,
Yes.
man, being human is hard.
Being human is hard.
Just treat
It's true.
yourself and others with more grace.
Yes.
Like, honestly, like that's kind of changed my whole perspective on how I see things, like even like traffic, right? It's like, man, people just drive into what they're passionate about or what they like love or what they have to do.
No, I don't agree. Yeah. I was like, I don't know.
I mean, like it's fun. It's a good time to listen to music, I guess. It's just, or catch up on a podcast.
Maybe you need to take a bus.
See what you did there. I mean, my podcasts are like murder podcasts, so
And
you know,
VendrCast.
and VenrCast.
Close. It's VendrCast.
VendrCast.
Well done.
So I honestly, those murder podcasts, I've tried them. I just can't get into them. I just
I'm just
can't.
planning on how, what I need to do and how to not get caught.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Hypothetically.
hypothetically.
I'm just a
Hypo-
planner.
Need to be planned for
Yeah.
anything.
You never know.
So actually, that sparks a good question. So when did you both know that you were like, I am most strong when I am helping things be planned out? Like, when did you realize like that was?
Was that when you were planning to be a doctor,
Yeah.
Stephanie?
That worked out really great. I think I fell into this industry, so
Yeah.
I think
As most of
that's-
us did.
As most of us do.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you'll hear these stories, and I mean, my family would probably say I'm the planner out of the family, and I started on the supplier side. I was on the supplier side for 8 years before I came to the dark side and was on the planning side. I just fell into it, and I just think it gets its teeth in you, and you just can't get out. It's just, I don't know.
Plus, you meet some amazing people, and
Right.
so like anytime you feel like you want to move out or something, it's just like someone will do something or will say something or show you something, and just like
Yeah.
I'm back in. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think every leap of faith I've ever made in this industry or haven't made has been because of the tribe I have here and because of the people that are a part of my life. And I think that's really key into our community, is that it's like people are your champion, or they're, we were literally talking about it earlier today where Jeanette was like, no, I'm the one who talks you off the ledge.
Yeah.
It's like we have this incredible community we get to be a part of. And so it's like, I think when you don't believe in yourself, you've got 100 people who believe in you.
And
I
the
think that's so
Colorado
important.
meetings industry is magic. I mean, just the supplier relationships, and it doesn't feel cutthroat. The planners, even other planners who own their own business, have willingly and happily given me any resources and anything they have to help me succeed. I think we just know that there's so much to go around, and that when one of us succeed, we all succeed. And it's just a vibe. I know Stephanie loves that word. That
honestly, it's my favorite word.
I've been using it so
is-
much lately. I like,
Listen,
It's
hey,
a vibe you
ChatGPT
don't
a better
I haven't
word.
seen it
your-
anywhere
hey,
else.
Your vibe attracts your tribe, and sometimes
Ooh, I
the
like that. I
universe
like
is on
that.
your side.
Yeah.
So dance with those you love and enjoy the ride.
Beautiful. Did you write
Wow.
that?
I've heard vibe attracts your tribe, and then honestly, over the past couple months, whatever, I've been like building it, I guess.
I love that.
But yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, like life is fun, like especially when you're dancing through it. You know what I mean? Dancing through life. It's funny. I mean, it's a song in Wicked, and
Yeah.
but it's true.
That's right.
That's true.
But no, so I want to talk to you guys about how you guys got started into planning. Like you said, you both fell into it.
Yes.
Right. So just one day you tripped and then, I tripped into an office and now I'm a planner. Or like you said you wanted to become a doctor. You were looking to be
I
a
did.
doctor.
I did.
Dr. Selena or?
I mean, of course, obviously.
Makes sense. Yeah.
No, I was in college. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But I really loved learning about that. And I had bartended and waitressed high school into college. And do you want the long story or the short story? I can do
The
both.
long one for sure. Yeah.
I mean,
All
it's a podcast.
Buckle up, children. I know. How much time do we have?
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in my
So
booster
we,
seat.
I had been asked to bartend at an event downtown, and I show up and it's, I get thrown on a buffet. I had no idea how to
To
do a
eat,
buffet.
or-
No, like I was supposed to run it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, if
no.
someone throws me a buffet,
I
I'm
know,
like,
not
It
mad
wasn't like
about it.
Golden
I'm
Corral.
like,
It was
listen, I'm like John Panette, like, show me the buffet.
no, this was like, can you please run this buffet? I had no idea what I was doing. And so it was just kind of a logic thing, right? I was like, all right, I'll try to figure this out. And it was a huge citywide that was in town. And I didn't even know what that word was. I didn't know what
Yeah.
anything was. And when I say the story now, I say this older gentleman came by and it's like he was probably younger than I am now.
Right.
But, you know, at 23, I'm like, God, this guy is so old. And
wild.
God, I hope he never hears this.
You are our karma.
And so, anyways, long story short, I got upset. I was kind of griping, and he just, you know, handed me his card and said, you know, call me tomorrow. I'd like to talk to you a little bit further. And he was the general manager for Center Plate at Invesco Field.
Wow.
And I ended up a couple weeks later starting to run. I became their catering salesperson for Center Plate at Invesco Field. And I didn't know what a BEO was. I didn't know anything, but you know, he really mentored me. And really, I don't know, he saw something in me that I didn't even know I had. And then from him, or from Invesco, I went on to run the special events department for the Contemporary Art Museum of Denver. And then I went back into catering sales and in catering sales at the Oxford Hotel and then at the Curtis Hotel. And then joined Helms Briscoe, was with them for 8 years. And then American Craft Spirits Association was my client starting in 2017. And then in
Stole her.
22, what's that?
They stole her.
Procured.
In 22, they procured me. I like
procured
that. Asked me to come full time on staff as the director of meetings and events. And so I've been with them. It'll be 3 years next week, but I've been working with them since 2017.
You can have a 3-tiered cake, one for each year.
Maybe it's just going to be like rum, whiskey, vodka, probably.
I remember when you started that. I can't believe it's been 3 years.
I know 3 years next week. I know. I was like
You're
thinking
getting
about
old.
that. I'm kidding. I'm there. It's happened.
Right.
It's there. So it just, I think it's just like, you know, that's the industry though, is it's kind of like a ball starts rolling and then all of a sudden before you know it, you're just being pulled in all these directions. And I think
And you love it the whole time.
You
the
do
whole
love
time.
it. You have a great time.
And I think the thing, and this is like something I tell the students and I tell people starting in the industry, is I'm like, if you have an opportunity and it appeals to you, you should take it. Because I really truly feel in this industry, very few positions are a step back. It might be a step sideways, it might be a step, you know, diagonally, but if there's so many opportunities and avenues, and very few people you meet in this industry have like a straight path.
Yeah.
They might only have been in hotels, but they might have been in a wide range from limited service to luxury. They might be in different roles. And I think that's the beauty of our industry is you can really kind of, it's like plan your own adventure sort of thing. And you just never know. I mean, we all know people who are like, you know, I wanted to be general manager for X hotel and now they're in AV and they love it.
They love it,
Or they're like, I never wanted to be a wedding planner and now they're one of the best wedding planners,
Yes,
or vice
that was
versa.
not me.
No, again, personal dollars versus professional dollars.
Yeah.
You know, or there's some who wanted to be a wedding planner and are like, that's not really my vibe.
Yeah.
We should make that like a drinking game for people. Like, how many times you say vibe? Take a shot.
I'd be
vibe.
I'd be
vibe.
blacked out, honestly, and like just like because it's my favorite word. I
mean,
use it all the time.
It works.
It's a good word.
So I think that's
a good word.
it's a good
word.
It's a good vibe word.
It's
But
very
I think
vibey.
that's the beauty about this industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that there's just so much movement and it's encouraged.
And it's all based on relationships,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
absolutely.
some say it's a little incestuous, but I think it's because you do business with people you know, like, and trust in this industry. And at what other industry can you be in where that's the case? Every other industry you're in, it's like lowest bid or, you know, most this experience level or whatever. But it's like I get to pick who I do business with, and that's going to be the people that I know, the people I like, and the people that I trust.
So
and you
that's
wanna
why
be
I'm
with.
shooting that event for you. Is that?
That is exactly why. Yes.
what I'm talking
And you
about.
want to be with them too. Like if we're gonna have to be at work, we might as well be at work with people
Yes.
we want to be at
Exactly.
work with.
I totally agree with you on that one. I mean, and that's why I tell people whenever I'm out like networking and stuff, it's like, look, when people who work at All Digital, like I personally don't care how good you are behind the camera. Like that should be a given, right? What I care about is how are you with the people in front of the camera. right? How are you with, the clientele, like the people you are literally capturing like mementos of like historic days of their life.
That's important to them, even if it's not important to you.
Exactly. This just might be another shoot to you, but to them, this day they've been planning for years.
Yes.
They've been dreaming about this since they were kids, right? And so honestly, that's why I don't really I talk to the bride and groom a lot. And the one thing I make a point to say is, listen, like no matter what happens today, no matter what happens, you are still going to end the day married to your best friend. Everything else is just coincidental.
Aww,
Everything else is just coincidental. Right. And it's really interesting just to see the dynamic kind of shift.
You're the kind of people that needs to be with bride and grooms. I would be like, look, you're late. Like, get it together.
I'm over here like best friend. And my husband would be like,
don't make that sound with Jared.
oh yeah. Yeah, sorry. We don't like that sound.
Listen, we were, that's definitely something that I don't want to revisit just because it was like, it happens and you're like, oh, okay, all right, I gotta go deal with this now.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is just trying to fall back asleep afterwards.
For the record, he's talking about his dog getting sick, not the bride and groom. Yeah. He transitioned pretty
You know what?
quickly
They do need context there. Hey, you know what? Context
They're like,
is
from
key.
the bride and groom? He's like, I couldn't fall asleep.
Listen, the bride and groom.
trauma was real.
They were trauma dumping on me. Listen, I don't need to know your whole relationship,
Yeah.
but just no. But it does come back to that. It comes full circle, right? You're working with people who care about things that matter.
Yes.
Like that is what you do in the hospitality industry.
And that really shows how your level of success, right? You can tell by people when they do what they're doing, if they're going to go on and be super successful, because you can tell if they care. And if you can't put enough love and care, maybe it's not the industry for you. But it's like the biggest. I always think you can't teach passion. When you're bringing in people, you can teach skills, you can train them to
Get
do
that
the
on
job.
a shirt.
But you cannot teach passion. And when you find somebody who's passionate about wanting to help people, then, I mean, to me, this is a little bit sidetrack. It's one of the biggest reasons I was such an advocate to have Eric Holmes on our MPI board. That man is so full of
Love
passion.
you, Eric.
I know, we all love Eric.
100%.
He has so much passion that it's like, I don't know what he's going to do on the board. He may not have that specific skill level. Who knows? I don't care. We'll teach it to him. I want him on my team.
And it's infectious.
It's
He's
infectious.
infectious.
Like
He
you
is.
can't
Yes,
not
Eric, you're
want to be.
infectious.
I could just see him at his house right now being like, oh my God, they're talking about me.
Yeah, I mean,
He's in Miami.
That's right. Honestly,
Yeah,
he's
he's at Connect.
you're probably wearing a Speedo right now. And you know what?
You must have seen
fun.
his Instagram.
but you know what though?
He told me, so I'm going to Florida. I'm going to be wearing Speedos.
I mean, and
Have fun.
he is. He's like such a good convention buddy. We were at Connect Milwaukee, and he was just like my ride or die the whole time. But then was also just like there was like just kind of a weird situation, and he had my back. Like there was no question about it. I mean, he's a solid human, and that's like. There was a dinner I went to, this was a few years ago, and it was by an industry person, and it was a mix of industry people and normal people. And one of the normal people was like, wow, do you guys all work together? And none of us worked at the same companies. None of us had even really technically worked together.
That's wild.
It was like a few old MPI board members and just kind of industry people. And she's like, but you guys just like hang out all the time? You're just together?
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah. And she's like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
She's like, I don't even hang out with my own coworkers, much less like she was a teacher. She's like, much less from others. I don't even know teachers from other schools. And I'm like, well, it's
My
kind of
husband
ours.
went to a Connect event for me for She Plans Co. And I taught him everything he needed to know to interview with meeting planners.
Not
What I
everything.
did not teach him is how to party with meeting planners.
Listen, no one, that is true. Devin told me this. He said, no one throws parties like party planners.
That's true. Yeah.
And you know what? Some of the best parties I've ever been to.
I would get scolding emails from Jeanette the next day. Like, what did you? I was like, I didn't know.
No, I did not scold you. I was super glad that he had
We
a good
just
time.
did what we normally do.
I'm happy for you, but I also hate
no,
you.
he was so great. But I will say now, like my husband's a project manager, very logistical brained, and we kind of vibe a little bit that way. But he's very like level headed, very data driven, very
military too.
Yeah, very military.
Yeah.
But like today, when
I
I was
know
like,
nothing
I'm going to
about that.
be on a podcast, I'm going to go to dinner with Stephanie. And he was like, my Stephanie? Because they had this one event. And I was like, no. But even he gets a little jealous of the camaraderie and the relationships that we build because you just don't see it in other industries.
You really don't. And you know what's really crazy about it too? It's like you like the MPI, for example, is a volunteer board. It's a volunteer base, but everyone there, you will like never see them bringing their work in with them. Essentially,
Sure.
From what I've seen, people just come in and they're just it's like their breath of fresh air.
Well, and the goal is to move the industry forward, and we
It
all
is.
are there for the common goal, and we all know that that's what we're all looking forward to, and so it's easy to do that when you've got people with that same common goal.
Because it'll happen organically.
Yes.
You know, when I was with Helms Briscoe, because I was on the MPI board for 9 years. So, and my daughter, she's 12, so my youngest, she calls Genevieve Auntie G. She calls Fig Auntie Fig. She calls Freddie Grandma Freddie.
Yeah.
Because she grew up with these people, and she has zero. She doesn't understand. She does now because she's older, but like when she was younger, she's like, I don't know, you just work here
Yeah,
too.
we're just
like
family.
it's exactly. And I think that's really what it is. But I remember there'd be people, and especially when I was with HB, that they'd be like, oh, are you getting business from being on the board? And it's like, yeah, but that's not why I joined.
Right.
And that's not, you get it because you're there, because you're part of the community, because you know, anytime anybody needs a planner, I think of Jeanette, or there's a whole bunch of people I think of. I like
No,
don't want
Jeanette only. No.
Jeanette only.
Like a video
Well, I'm also
vendor,
like,
all
I don't want to
digital.
say, I don't
Hello.
want to forget somebody. So there's other people too. If Jeanette is unavailable, but it's I mean, you guys did All Digital did my convention when we were in Denver 2 years ago. It's exactly what Jeanette said, was like, you want to work with friends, you want to work with people you trust and that you know, and I think that is like such a key part of it. So then it just organically, you will get business through it. But that's not, if that's why you're
That's my
there.
intention. Yeah, that should be your intention. To me, it's like, it's not about what I can get, it's about what I can give. Right. And actually, one thing, I think Eric said this in the last podcast, and I loved it. It was fantastic. It's like, don't go in looking to make a sell.
Yep.
Go in looking to make a friend,
Yep.
or go in looking to make a moment, or just make a friend.
Yeah,
Right. and then from there, it's like, it just happens.
Yes.
And, good people like doing business with good people.
Yep.
Like,
And you never know where somebody's going to end up.
exactly.
Never know.
And this industry is very chatty. So good is great and bad is so bad.
Bad. It is.
I mean,
So
if
bad.
we are each, like, I think I can safely say we are cautious about just talking smack, just to
Sure.
talk smack.
Oh, of course.
But, or I shouldn't say
when
but.
the sake starts to
and-
flow.
Right, when the
and,
sake is
like,
flowing.
What are you doing?
But I think there's also like, if Jeanette were to be like, hey, I just saw you were at Unicorn Land. How was it? And I could be like, well, it was great. Or I could be like, it wasn't Unicorn Land. It was like donkeys with party hats. And I would tell her that. And I mean, and you would probably be like, okay, duly noted. Like,
I would
But
really
were they
have to
glittery donkeys?
see.
With
no, they
party
weren't
hats?
even glittery. It was terrible.
Oh, it
Unicorn Land
was not great.
terrible.
Okay.
But we talk to each other, and we are each other's like first. We're our own Yelps, you know, with each other,
100%.
and that's
Preference
you
is
have
the
to remember
very
that.
first thing. 100%.
So it's
sure.
kind of like you mess with one, you mess with one.
Mess with both of you?
Yeah, or all like.
You
All
mess
of
with
us.
one of us, you mess with all
It's like, what
of
is it that
us.
you mess with the horns? You get all the bulls, all the bulls.
Just
all the
really,
party
it's
hats,
like
yeah.
it's like
All the
the
party
running in Pamplona or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like people are gonna be running through Denver after like bulls
It's
and
true,
stuff.
yeah.
It's true. No, and you know what? When it comes to like the day to day, people like really kind of like, oh, what do? You just work on weekends? Like I have my friends and they're like, do you ever stop working? It's like, not really.
Yeah.
Because like you really do have time. Like you work during the week where you're like building networks or attending networking events or
Writing
writing
blogs
blogs
and-
or like doing outreach, little stuff like that, planning. I'm gonna just put that blanket there, like
Sure.
you're just planning. And then on the weekend it's like you either have the event or you have a shoot or like something like that. And so
Or traveling for it.
traveling for conferences and stuff
Yeah.
too. Like a lot of people don't understand, like this is a very labor intensive industry. It really is.
Well, and I think too, that's why we cling to each other, because outside of this, you don't really
Yeah.
understand. I still have friends who think I'm a party planner and I'm putting together medical conferences. And like Stephanie, for instance, gets that. You get that. But,
kind of.
and
I'm
not
just
that
joking.
there's anything wrong with party planning if that's your thing, but it's just like, I know there's people out there who I can be like, you would not believe what this person did. And you would, or like, I can't believe that I
Yeah.
got to this hotel and they didn't have my room block. Nobody outside the industry knows what that means.
Or they'd be like, what's the big deal?
Right. Like,
Oh,
just
so your
get a new
food showed
one.
up 30 minutes late. Or, I mean, there's...
Just roll with the punches, Jeanette. I'm not
Right. And
punching
you're like, I
you.
was rolling with the punches, and then I was punching people in the throat. Like, it's,
Exactly.
Just like the guy who got ranch instead of blue cheese instead of ranch. Like,
don't,
that's-
you got to get the
Right.
benefits.
Honestly, I kind of get it. If you give me blue cheese and I ask for ranch, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm the
Gross.
nicest. Like, I'm a nice guy, but I'll.
Don't mess with my food.
See,
exactly.
I think that's weird. I think it's fine. You should be fine. What's your problem?
No, you're right. No, you're
Well,
right.
and we're on,
Honestly-
too. Like, from...
Traffic goers, he has patience
Oh,
for.
yeah,
Ranch
but ranch,
and blue
forget
cheese,
it.
No,
absolutely not.
listen.
Those are fighting
Anyone who
words.
knows me, it's like if you put blue cheese down in front of me, I'm flipping the
I'll
table.
take it.
I mean...
Swear to
love
God.
it.
All right, duly
Swear.
noted. Don't go have wings.
Okay,
With
actually, listen, we can have wings. I have my own ranch. I bring it.
That's
Okay.
weird, but okay.
That is very strange.
Pocket ranch, got it.
It's my pants. You know what I mean?
Key buzz phrases: donkeys with party hat, pocket ranch,
Pocket ranch.
Pocket ranch.
and vibe. Got it.
Absolutely. Listen, those are the takeaways from today's podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Donkeys with party hats, no glitter.
No
Like,
glitter.
Next time, add glitter.
Yeah,
No.
at least have glitter. You said something in there, like made me think of something, and I can't remember now because I'm
all
laughing.
good.
So it's fine, Karen.
I have so
This is your podcast.
technically it's Devin's who's actually coaching his son's football team right now. So
we miss you,
good job, Devin.
In the
Love you, buddy.
rain.
In the
Ooh,
rain.
yeah.
Oh,
This is why I
it's
don't let my
fun.
kids join
Honestly,
activities.
though, like I played football growing up. Like this is good football weather. Like just when
Not
it's a little.
to coach.
Not to the parents.
That's true. Honestly, he's probably out
terrible.
there freezing.
Yeah.
No,
My
but,
son broke his foot falling out of his gaming chair, so I'm.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, it's fine.
No.
So not
Yeah.
a football player.
No, my husband's a D1 athlete. My father-in-law was an Olympian. I was in band. So my kids
Ooh,
are
what
like
instrument?
me.
What instrument?
Oh, clarinet.
Of course
Nice,
it was.
okay.
It wasn't even like a big. It was like probably was short of a flute, which my sister played. Lame. It was like one of the
My
smallest
sister
ones.
also played the flute.
I mean,
Do you still play? Can you still play?
No.
Are you sure? Have you tried?
I don't think I could even put it together.
We honestly, if I get a clarinet in here right now, I bet you could make some semblance of a sound. Like
That would just me going. I'm pretending.
no, honestly,
I
because
like
it's
that this is your clarinet too.
okay.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's
What's
on
in this
video.
water? No, okay.
No, no, it's a giggle water. No,
Yeah.
I was joking. That's a Harry Potter joke. If anyone gets it.
That's good.
Nice. Okay,
Oh,
good.
obviously.
Yeah, no, yeah. So when it comes to events and stuff like that, you mentioned a word.
I love
You
words.
actually said. Okay, come on, trying to be professional.
Okay.
Focus.
Stop making me laugh, damn it. We're not having fun. Okay, there's no fun happening at Ballyhoo. I'm just kidding. It's a lot of fun. And speaking of, September 27th is the grand opening of Ballyhoo. So please, if you're in the neighborhood, or even if you're not, come stop in, have a drink, have a coffee. Or just make a friend, because that's
And
what we
come-
talked about.
It's such a cute
It
little
is
venue.
such a cool venue.
Yes.
And then, if I remember correctly, Sundays they will be doing drag brunches. So,
Fun.
I mean, like, I don't know about you, but eggs and drag sounds like a dang good way to spend a
Yeah.
Sunday to me.
Absolutely.
So, if you're in the neighborhood, or even if you're not, stop in at Ballyhoo. So,
What was that word?
passion.
Yeah.
Passion is by far my favorite word. I think passion is the heart to all goodness, in my opinion, because passion leads you to places where you didn't think you could go, and you achieve things you never thought you could, right? And by doing so, you inspire others and you support others. Like, for example, the gentleman with the liqueur, and your children, whenever you're helping them find their passions.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about anything. That's actually the question I'm coming at you with. That's where I'm
Okay.
going with this. I just kind of took my
Kinda-
feet off from under me when I gave the example here. I
Sorry.
had to come back. No, here we go. What are you most passionate about?
Most passionate about. I mean, I have so many passions. I think that's what makes me a fun person.
Okay, you are genuinely funny. Like, both of you are
She's the funny
genuinely
one.
funny.
I know.
Like, there are funny people in the world, but
It's
there
actually
are
her
people,
modesty that's really overwhelming.
Dude, honestly, yeah, her modesty's fantastic.
Whatever, age before beauty, right? I'm older than you, by the way.
I'm older than both of you. Now settle down.
I
I'm
think
just joking.
you're a babe.
Yeah, that's inaccurate information,
Sweet,
but
though.
nice try.
It's my podcast.
I just have so many. I think right now I am so passionate about being a part of an industry that is moving forward. We'll have hard conversations really truly wants to dig in and do the work to get done what needs to be done, and having the opportunity to be in the seat that is within the same car that's driving that, as a board member for MPI, and other associations are working toward it too. So I am an MPI board meeting, so I will always speak very highly of MPI, but I know there's other associations doing the work too. And it's so cool to see that we have people that are trying to be on these boards, trying to make a difference, that are joining the committees, that have these great ideas. There's so many great ideas. We can't do them all, right? So just being able to be in that car that's driving things forward has really been a great passion of mine. And it's why I get up and do my MPI work before I do my business work. I just love it so much.
That's amazing. And I'll tell you, when it comes to the MPI, I'm starting to get my, getting the newsletter, and I'm starting to,
You came to a board meeting?
I did.
Yes.
In my first board meeting. It was great. They had these awesome cameras that like were showing every inch of the room.
It was an owl.
I had never seen that before.
Tiny tangent real quick. I have somebody who asked me about the bird camera, and I was like, what? And he kept calling it the pigeon. And I was like, I truly don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, has all the eyes. And I was like, the owl? And he was like, yes, the owl. But the pigeon is what I will forever call it.
I kind of want to call it the pigeon.
It's going to be the pigeon, yes.
Yeah, okay.
The pigeon's the knockoff brand.
Yeah.
No,
Okay, sorry.
but no, you're absolutely right. And the pigeon was staring at me.
Yeah.
And I looked up, and it's like, he looked at me.
Well,
and I
and-
looked at him. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I felt at board meeting. And then they're like, all in favor, all opposed, all abstained. I was like, first of all, I was like, abstained. I haven't heard that word since I was in mock trial.
Robert's
Right.
rules.
Wild. That's
Well,
cool.
we introduced that because we, as the Rocky Mountain chapter, we represent 5 different states. So we want to make sure that members can join. So any member can join in and watch a board meeting at any point. They don't have voting rights, but they can join in and listen. And now we have board members that aren't in the local area. So as we have that opportunity to be inclusive and include all of our full chapter members, we got an owl that allows us to offer a Zoom call and also be included.
You mean the pigeon?
The pigeon, yes.
The pigeon.
Knowing MPI, we may have gotten a pigeon.
You know what? I'm gonna find a way to put a sticky note on it,
Yeah,
so it's just
just
forever
little
named the
pigeon
pigeon.
wings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aren't those books like Pigeon Gets on the Bus?
Yeah,
Pigeon,
probably.
The kids' books.
Sure.
All right, well, I'll just stay over here.
What?
Never mind. I'll send you a
So
link
how
later.
much sake did you have before? this
Just
podcast?
one.
Just one. That'll do it. That'll,
I know. There it is.
I don't know if you're familiar or not, but Denver is at a higher altitude, and
What?
so
That is brand new
alcohol gets you a
information.
little quicker. So you gotta be a little careful. No. So same question for you, Steph. So what are you passionate about?
Well, I think I have 2 kind of different things. I think my volunteer side is
I already took that one.
I know. I was like, what Jeanette said, ditto. I mean, I think just
What
being,
she said.
Yeah,
All right,
what
next
she
question.
said. I mean, I think being a part of the change and sitting at a table with icons and the titans of our industry is a really cool feeling, and just everything I've learned from being a part of MPI for so long and now being a part of MIC, it's just super humbling just to be with just these incredible industry leaders who want to be there too.
Yeah,
And with MIC,
absolutely.
it's even more overwhelming because we have 13 now associations that make up MIC, and it's
Wow, that's impressive.
I'm saying it's the biggest that I think it's ever been, but I don't actually know that for sure. But
We don't have fact checkers here. It's okay.
it is
we could be
the
wrong. It's okay.
biggest. But it's former presidents, it's the director, it's the board members of these boards. So it's the best of the best of the best, and I get to sit with them. And I get to hang out with them. And I think that is just such a cool place to be.
Yes.
And then I think professionally, in my work, I mean, what we do, and I do cling to the MPI, when we meet, we change the world.
Yes.
Our distillers are craft distillers, so they're the smaller brands. They are mom and pop companies. Really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they're selling. They are small businesses that are just trying to thrive right now. And it's a tough world out there right now. Not going to rabbit hole about everything, but there's a lot of changes. If nobody's noticed, there's a lot of changes happening, and it's affecting everybody very differently. And so knowing that what we do helps them succeed, helps them survive. We passed a tax reduction a couple years ago that took, so beer and wine were taxed at 7% and spirits were taxed at 13%.
Yeah.
And we were able to match that 7% for them. And we saved people like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So they were able to hire somebody. They were able to buy another still. They were able to so it's like what we do is actually changing these people's worlds and I think and lives.
Yeah,
and it's
sure.
we've got a big event in a couple weeks. We're in DC doing our lobbying, and it's just it's infectious too when these people really believe in what they're doing and they're good at what they do and they're happy to do it. And for so many of our distillers, this is
like
kind
you
of
visibly see their passion.
Yeah,
Like
you can.
it's just radiating off of them.
And it's really
amazing.
neat at our convention. It reminds me a lot of MIC, convening leaders, WEC, IMEX, where they get together and they're just one big happy family.
Yep.
It's like a family reunion. They're excited. They're in it together.
Yeah.
And so it's like I get to do that. I get to bring them together. I get to help them meet the right people and collaborate. And I think that's just like such a cool feeling to walk away and feel after a 20-hour day.
I was gonna say the days.
I mean,
are probably
they
really long,
are,
right?
and people don't get that, right? They don't understand that, I've been up since 7 and I'm not back in my hotel room until 2.
Yeah.
And then I got to rinse and repeat the next day. And I am 105 years old. Like I can't do this. And I have
can
a real
vouch for
clothes by doing it. Like,
Yeah.
You
it's
don't look a day
exhausting.
over 104.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's the Botox. But it's like just seeing what we do is like really it's just cool and it's fun, and I think
It is.
that's why all planners do what they do, is because what we do, like it makes a difference. And it's it's hard to explain that to people outside of the industry, but all my family, my siblings and my parents and even my husband, they all have like normal jobs that they can go to career day and explain it
Yes.
in 10 words or less, and I'm over here like, well, here's what and they're like, I don't know, that's not real.
The other thing that's hard to explain is the sleep lag. Because you're right. I can 4 days in a row. I can go to bed at 2. I can be on show floor at 6 a.m. 4 days in a row. And sure, I'm
With
tired.
your gorgeous hair.
But gorgeous
Obviously.
hair the whole
Looking
time.
amazing. Stunning.
Yeah,
Obvious.
I will look amazing. It's true. I can do it 4 days
like
in a row,
modesty.
and I'm totally fine. Right? I make
poignant.
it happen. Am I interrupting you?
Yeah, sorry.
No, absolutely not. No, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You want to sit in the middle? My bad.
That'd be better. Thanks. Everyone. No. But I just mean but that day after, I feel like I could sleep for 3 days. We have a conference in Europe every year. And every year up until this past one, we've done like a pre-trip with my family, and then we go to the conference. And this year, I was really looking forward to having the opportunity to do our little family trip after, because I'm not answering emails. I can take the time off. I couldn't get up out of bed and do anything. And then we'd get up and go for a little while, and I'd fall asleep on the bus, or I'd have to go back and take a nap. Luckily, I have a phenomenal support system who's on board with it, but it was so crazy how exhausted you get after, but just not even feel remotely like you just run on adrenaline and caffeine for 4 full days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I totally understand that. It's like our bodies know when to work and when to rest. And especially in those situations whenever you're like, because I was in the military before I got here, and it's a long story, but there were times where like you're working on a project or something and it's like sleep is optional. You know what I mean? And then when it's over, you just, okay, now I'm going to sleep for 10 hours and then I'm going to go back to bed. But it feels good though, because it's like, that's like, I call that earned sleep.
Oh, I like that.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I earned my sleep today, which honestly is how I kind of gauge, how well I did with everything I needed to do that day. Like I'll have like a set list of things. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have a productive day today. It's the first thing I'll say to myself in the morning. Well, I usually will be like, good morning, Parker. And then I'm like, okay, time to be productive. And then Parker's my golden retriever.
I figured. I was
that
like,
one.
your alter identity.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's my, Jekyll
Hi,
and Hyde.
JJ.
I mean,
Hi, JJ. Hi, Parker. Hi. No, you're like Jekyll and Hyde. It's like Jared
exactly.
and JJ. Yeah.
Ooh.
No.
JJ and Parker.
JJ and Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'll tell you. Parker is like you ever see Forrest Gump?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
He's Jenny?
Forrest Gump and a
Oh,
dog.
damn it.
Oh.
Like he is the sweetest, kindest,
He's like,
most
Jared.
JJ.
Daddy, I can't get in the elevator. Like he gets so afraid of the elevator.
Well, yeah, because
like,
it opens and he's somewhere else.
Right.
Like, think about how weird that must be. He goes into a box, he opens up, and he's somewhere else.
I don't understand it, Daddy.
This is the podcast of ADHD.
Brought to you by Adderall. No,
Or should be.
no, just joking. We do not endorse Adderall. Just kidding. All right, but
Unless
anyway.
you need it, in which case we do.
unless you need it, then like
Only
I have people.
prescribed by a doctor.
I know a guy, I know a guy.
There's a QR code. Really quick. Did you get it? No, I was joking. But anyway, so we talked about planning. We talked about passions and everything. I think now it's time to talk about like, you know, it's really important to like be introspective and reflective when we're talking about our own experiences and then sharing, you know, lessons we've learned, and like, you know, things we're taking away from it that we want to carry with us. And then also things we like left behind, like wins, losses, stuff like that. And so I'd love to hear, you know, if either of you, whoever wants to start, you know, a piece of advice you've gotten or like something where an event happened and it just instilled in you this principle or whatever. And it's something that you can just share with others, so they can take it and be better planners.
Sounds like a good question for you to start with, Jeanette. Well, I think.
Join your association. Join a professional association. I have not gotten more. I have been in this industry for almost 20 years. When I moved to Colorado in 2019, that was 6 years ago, I have joined MPI. I have gotten more out of the last 6 years than I did in the first 14. I have met more people. I have gotten more knowledge. I have more resources. I have more opportunities. Things that I just would never have known if I didn't get involved. And I don't even think, like, I understand being on the board is not for everybody. You've got to have the passion, the want to, the bandwidth. But even just going to the meetings, going to the education, going to the meetups, making those connections, and just it made me, I don't think I realized how much I loved this until I had other people to tell I love this and them go, me too.
And they understand
And
it.
they understand it.
I totally share that sentiment.
Yeah.
I totally share that. And you know, it's been a whirlwind for me with the MPI. I'm sure, are you familiar with my journey through MPI in the past year?
I am, because I was part of the nominations committee and way creeped on what was happening.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And like I said, the check is on the way.
Not like a weirdo.
It is on the way. Okay.
We were just thorough.
Yeah, very thorough.
But I think it's interesting, and we should share with the group.
No, I mean, when it
We're
comes
just getting
to
out of the question. Just kidding.
I'm still thinking. I'm like, did I learn anything?
That's a good, bro. I
I
almost
learn
went. I almost
anything?
did it. I was like,
Do it.
yeah, no.
Give her a minute to
I'll give you
think.
some time to think about your
Yeah.
question, and then I'll tell this brief
I already knew
anecdote.
everything.
I knew everything.
Just kidding.
I was omniscient. That's why I decided to plan everything else. I could see it all.
It's like they need me.
They need me in DC. I make one of on her LinkedIn. It says I make one of a kind events.
I love
I
that.
said that?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
or ChatGPT did.
I don't know. I bet she wrote that before ChatGPT was even a thing.
Wow. Waited. Probably. Yeah. It was actually probably somebody else wrote it. And I remember I had a coworker when I worked at the Curtis, and that's when I joined MPI,
Yeah.
and I needed a bio, like a snapshot, and she wrote it for me. And I probably held on to that thing for 10 years. That was my bio because it was amazing. And
Still
she was
going strong.
And it was things like she only likes the green Skittles, and this was before they went back to the lime, which is accurate. And like just all these funny things. And I was like, this is the tribe. Somebody who knew me better than I knew myself.
I always end my bio with, and I love
Tacos.
Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I always tell everybody that. No, my closing in my emails is tacos. My favorite though
I
is when
love
people will
that.
be like burritos or fajitas, and I'm like, you are my people.
Did you say fajitas?
Yes, I did. I was hoping it didn't come across, but thank you.
Okay.
Wow.
Not great.
My
Not
people
great.
are really upset
Hey,
with you.
So She Plans Co. is canceled. Okay.
Shoot.
That did take
We're
long.
gonna have to take you some real fajitas.
Fajitas.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but I totally understand. I remember seeing that email. I'm like, oh, this person's amazing. Like
Thanks.
tacos, sweet. I'm like, at first I was like, did she mean to do that? But
She
then, yeah,
Like,
when
that's
I
a
met
weird
you and
typo.
everything, it is. It's like goodbye tacos. I mean, they're very similar. Like, I always end my emails with all the very best.
I love that.
And the reason being is an old mentor of mine, his name's Kiefer Patterson. He's in the Springs. He told me, and I may get this wrong, I think it was George Bush, or like there was some president who every correspondence he ended with all the very best. And I like
it.
absolutely. I love it. You know, it's very easy. And now Google has it programmed. And so it just
like that.
happens.
I do Cheers because that just kind of makes
Cheers
sense.
is great too.
That's great for you
Yeah.
with the craft industry, though.
Oh yeah, that's great for
Yeah,
you.
I
For
like
your
Yeah,
specific-
it works. That ties in.
You should like have like salute or
Yeah.
like different like skull.
Yeah, what you're doing's not
like-
right. So he's got new advice
know.
for you.
No, okay, actually,
Lame.
actually, I did learn something though, and it is I'm gonna try to get this right. Unasked for advice is just unsolicited feedback, or no, unsolicited advice is just unasked for feedback.
You're going to write that down and I'm going to reread that.
Okay, so me telling you in that moment about different ways you can do your email.
I see.
That would be
It's very
considered
unsolicited from you.
unsolicited advice.
Tell
which
Parker to
means-
calm down.
But daddy, her email signature could be
I know, but here's the thing. We're
better.
American craft spirits. So Cheers actually does kind of make sense.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. I was just trying to help.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm
Actually,
just trying to
no, I
help.
love it. I
Listen,
think it's,
gang up on the host. I love it.
I mean, it's, yeah,
No,
it's
That's
all
what
so
we do.
you're in our town now.
we
pal.
travel in packs.
We warned you.
yeah.
All right, let's hear your board story.
Oh, okay. So okay. Do you want the long version, short version?
Long,
It's your
for sure.
podcast.
Yeah.
That's true. How much time we got? Okay. All right. So when it comes to me getting on the MPI board, honestly, here's how this happened. Devin asked me if I wanted to attend a gala.
Oh,
The
I'm in this
To
gala.
network. Yeah, to network. And so I was like, a gala at the church? Now, granted, I had previously only really ever stumbled out of the church.
Look, I had my 21st birthday at
Yeah.
the church. That's how old it is.
The church is a bar.
It's just,
like
it's
a
a
nightclub.
nightclub.
nightclub downtown. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, just like that, absolutely. And so, the dress code and everything. I walk in, and I remember just being blown away. I'm like, I didn't know the church could do this. This is wild. It was beautiful. Just
So impressive.
It is the table settings and just a lot of people caring,
Danielle.
and you can see it, right?
Rochelle.
So basically, what happened was, you had trophies.
There
and-
was this very disoriented and disorganized VP of membership.
Yeah. Who let her come on the board?
Ooh, that's all y'all.
Was that you?
Yes.
You're the reason I had to fix the trophies?
No, she's the
I was
reason
the reason she's on the board. I was like, hi, I'm
Oh,
Stephanie. Fun fact.
indirectly, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Makes
I
sense.
pulled her
makes
right
sense.
on in.
Yeah, exactly. And then so basically I'm the only person in this entire place that doesn't know
Anybody. Yeah.
And so of course I have to sort through the trophies. And so I'm
because he
looking
doesn't recognize the
I don't
name. So if
recognize
he's
names.
like Steph Sadri won, he's not like, oh, my friend Steph Sadri at this point.
Yeah.
so literally I'm just like looking at these lists and all these trophies and like basically we had to like what 20 of them? It was
Yeah,
a
it's
good
quite a
bit
few. Mm-hmm.
trying to organize them and everything and I just like you guys just needed help and I was the only one that could do it and even so what else was I going to do?
You were so sweet.
Just gonna sit, so I appreciate that. And you guys are sweet too. Just you guys really welcome me with open arms. And so I would say that pretty much started the MPI venture. And then from there, Freddie, I love Freddie.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's
honestly,
great.
Freddie,
She's the secret weapon.
Yes.
Freddie radiates joy.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie
And
radiates joy. I
Yeah.
love that.
she
That's
does.
so true.
Freddie radiates joy and it's evident and so does Keith, like just everyone there. But Freddie obviously is like she's kind of the glue, I'd say, right? Like really to like to keep those relationships and also to start them. And also one thing Freddie does that blows my mind is how easily she sees your potential.
That's true.
She sees your potential and she will do anything she can to help you get to where she knows you can be.
She believes in you when you don't believe in yourself.
When you don't even know
100%.
you have anything
Yeah.
to believe in.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
You're not officially a board member until you've cried on her shoulder.
right.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that's like the true initiation.
Yeah. So get your
'Cause
cheers.
everybody's
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's coming, Freddie.
Yeah,
it's
everybody's
coming.
done.
I mean, listen, 2026.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
You're I cry on Freddie.
I'm just gonna say, Freddie, it's time, and I'm just gonna start crying. But no, it's funny. I mentioned that funeral earlier. Freddie was actually there, and so I walk in, I get the debrief from Freddie, and it's heavy, and I don't want to go into it. And I'm not going to. It was a heavy thing, just to kind of. Because that's the thing, you never know what you're shooting, right? And so when you get the background and stuff, you're like, okay, whew, I got that. I'm gonna carry this, but just hold this, and I'm gonna focus on doing my job and just not my job. Because and I tell my students that, like I'm like I always try to say it's like this isn't a job. If it's a job, then you shouldn't be in the class. like filmmaking, right? If you see filmmaking as a job or something like that, then you should really reevaluate it, because if it's a job for you right now, just wait until it actually is a job. You know what I mean? So anyway, getting back to the MPI thing, brought to you by ADHD. No, getting back to the MPI thing, just a warmth of hospitality from everyone, and I applied to be on a member. Scratch that. Actually, I applied to be on the board.
Yes.
I applied to be on the board without being a member.
Wasn't sure if we were going to tell the truth there. So.
Ooh. But that was rectified.
Just
It was
kidding.
rectified immediately.
No, it was rectified
Global's
immediately.
listening.
No. But honestly, they just saw my potential, and like my membership came, and then the board came soon after. Like it wasn't like, you're on the board now, and not even a member. It was it was very surprising, because I thought it was like a shot in the dark. I was like, there's no way. Because it's like, obviously, you're working with very qualified people, and just, I didn't really know, especially like with my current stats and everything. But it was funny. I was actually golfing with Devin when I got the
Working
call.
hard.
Hey now.
Business
I
is done
had
on the
put
golf
in
course.
4 hours that day.
Okay, sure. So you're 9 to 2 too. Okay.
Absolutely. No, honestly, I find I work better from like 10 to like 8 at night. Like that's kind of the window. It's like the mornings. I don't like mornings unless I like wake up super early, like unless I have to. But
Because your dog's throwing up.
What?
Because your dog's throwing up.
So last night my dog threw up.
What happened?
No, I know. When it comes to just like the MPI and everything, just the journey it's been, I'm just so excited for next year, because the connections I've already made, the conversations I've already had, just the training and the knowledge I've already gained.
There's nothing like it.
It's nothing like it. And, we've talked a lot about MPI. I'd like to hear about the MIC. So could you kind of share a little bit about that, and like
Do you know
the
anything about
rules?
MIC?
I've heard of it. No, MIC, so it's Meetings Industry Council. It's 13 organizations like MPI,
Of course.
PCMA, NACE. It's got, we've got Destination Colorado is one of our newest members. Colorado Event Alliance is one of our newest members. We've got ILEA. We've got CMCA, SPMG, GBTA. We just love our acronyms. So it's all the different orgs that come together, and it really stemmed from about 26 years ago. We were all tapping into the same sponsors, and there was all these trade shows and all these things. So then it was sort of let's combine our forces and do one big trade show together.
Makes sense.
So that's how that started. And then it evolved into Serving Up Hope, which is a huge fundraiser we do for the Food Bank of the Rockies. It's obviously, everybody kind of had a big shift over COVID, but before COVID, it was 700, 800, 900 strong that would go to this event. And it was huge, and we are slowly rebuilding it back up. The committee's amazing. Colorado Biz Magazine actually just recognized Serving Up Hope as the best fundraiser in Colorado.
Congratulations.
It's
That's
a huge,
fantastic.
huge accolade
That's a
to
huge
John
accolade, for
Moritz
sure.
and Justin Clark and that whole entire team who worked so hard to keep rebuilding Serving Up Hope. And now we're starting to run into the issue where we're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And now we're kind of like, running out of space. But
It's a good problem to have, though.
it's a good problem to have.
Yes.
Great problem to have.
But it is, so the trade show itself is about 900 people to 1,000. We come together. Our exhibit hall floor has like about 150 to 170 vendors, 30 hours of education. You can get all your CE credits in one show, and it is just like some of my
family
favorite.
reunion.
What's that?
It's a family reunion.
It's a family reunion. It is like just some of my favorite days of the year, because it's like everybody comes together, and there's it's like no time has passed, and you see people we see each other at WEC or Convening Leaders or some of the, these other shows. But MIC is just really, really special. And we're the only ones in the country that do this. So we have everything, we have the government planners, you've got corporate, you've got nonprofit, you've got Christian planners, or the faith-based planners, I should say, to be the PCA. I apologize for that. We've got, catering experts. You've got, I was like, oh God, I'm going to get an email about that one. You've got, from special events, the personal, dollars to the professional dollars, right?
Yes.
So everybody comes together, and it's just such a cool event. And other places in the country have tried to replicate what we do, and nobody's been able to.
Wow.
And again, this will be our 26th year
Why do you think? I mean,
We're magic in Colorado.
We are
Very
magic. We are real
magical.
unicorns. We are not donkeys with party
Right.
hats.
and even if we were, we have glitter.
And we have glitter.
At
We're at
least
least
we have glitter.
we're at least glittery asses. I mean, that's
Oh, there it is.
BT Dubs, why did I think MIC was meetings in Colorado?
all right. Well, somebody's
that's
not joining the
solid.
council.
That's solid.
It's
I like
meetings
it.
industry council.
I mean, sure.
But
sense.
it's just
Do
a
they
really
do one of a kind events as well?
I mean, I'm gonna go change my LinkedIn. I don't know why I said that. I mean, in fairness, I do one of a kind because we are the only nonprofit trade association. So
Stick to your
technically,
guns.
yeah, I'm gonna just dig deep on that one. But it's a really special group,
Yeah.
and the people who show up for it, it's really impressive. So I feel very fortunate to be a part of it. Jeanette is on our 2026 committee, which I'm really excited about her vision and creativity.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's
Well, because I'm like,
exciting.
I've got this idea, and she's like, or we could do that. And I'm like, that is way better. So it's surrounding yourself with like the smartest, brightest, most passionate people. And it's an awesome event, and it's an awesome group of people. And to step into the shoes of just some really serious titans and icons of the industry is a little overwhelming and scary, but I'm excited for it. Everybody who's been a chair before is they're amazing. Even
Yeah.
Tiffany Carson. I mean, all of them are really great.
Did you say even Tiffany?
Man, I hope she's listening. She's probably not. It's fine. No, it's a great organization, and I feel
Yeah.
really lucky to be a part of it. And I feel really fortunate we have it here in Colorado.
No, that's fantastic.
And something
I,
like that nobody can replicate, and ours just continues to
Yeah.
grow. It really just shows you, like
the strength of the
unicorn-
people we have here.
Exactly.
Yeah, the community
Yeah,
here. I
it's
mean,
the community.
yeah, we're just either that or we just really throw great parties.
Well, that's true too.
Both.
Yes.
I think it's
Yes.
both. I think it goes
Yes.
hand in hand. I think
Yeah.
we're very passionate. We love what we do, and we throw great parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so she thought I was gonna let her get away.
Oh.
You thought about it, right? So what advice have you garnered from your relationship, from your career, or anything like that you would like to share?
Oh man, she just keeps going first and I get me like exactly what she said. But I think again, it's like goes back to just having a community. Lean into it, embrace the people. I always say I don't know everybody in the industry, but I know the people who do. Surround yourself with people who you want to be.
I like that a lot.
Goals that you want to like achieve. If you want to start your own company, hang out with Jeanette. If you want to go on and be a successful hotelier, go find somebody who's in that role.
Yeah.
Go find the Erics and the Genevieves and
Yes.
the Kellys. There's so many people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
everybody, for the most part, I feel comfortable saying everybody in the industry wants to help you and they're
Yes.
willing to help you. And if
Yeah.
they're not, well, they can go kick rocks. We don't like them
won't be
anyways.
here
They won't be here long.
They won't be here long.
They won't be here long.
Yeah. So I think it's like just finding that. And because again, they're going to be your champions. They're going to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. Like I already said, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I just think
fine.
that's the
We can edit it out.
perfect.
Well, and too, it's when you have that community, you don't have to know everything.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have we called each other and like, do you have this? Do you have that? And I don't have to know how to do this one thing because she has a template. She has something that I can, make what I need. You don't have to start everything from scratch because, you've got a buddy.
And there's no competition here in that traditional sense. I feel like there is no like, oh, well, I mean, think about how many times, well, I say think about it and you have no idea, but I know Jeanette and I know what we're talking about. Like how many times we each other nominate each other for awards.
for sure.
And we elevate everybody.
So
and we
that's why you're winning.
I mean, we got an
I
arrangement.
put her on the nominations committee.
Yep, exactly. We're checking all the boxes. But it's just because we truly believe in each other and we support each
course.
other and
I
we
can see
just
that.
want each other to succeed. When we found out Sundance was coming to Boulder, I think everybody was even more excited for Fig. I think she was like, oh, this is going to be great.
Yes.
But we were just like, holy shit. And we get to call her our friend.
Of
Right.
course.
And it's like just to see everybody succeed and win these amazing accolades or go on to these incredible career jumps and all these other things. It's like, I get to call that person a friend. I get to sit in the same table with them and I get to be a part of the change that they're making. So I think just, get involved. And then, I don't know, just go for it. I guess it sounds so lame.
Be genuine.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a big one.
be genuine.
That's a big one.
Be
Yeah.
authentic because anything else is just
It's gonna wear out.
Right
Yeah.
through it.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're a little weird. We're all a little weird.
We're all a little weird.
yeah.
No, speaking of that, you know what? I wasn't gonna do it.
Oh,
but
God.
you know what? But like you guys brought it up.
Keep your
My
pants on.
favorite and just settle down. My mother's watching this. No. When it comes to making me red. No, I'm just kidding. So when it comes to weirdness, right? Like one of my favorite questions, and I actually use this when I'm networking and stuff now, is what's the weirdest thing about you?
The weirdest thing about me?
Yeah. It's a great question because
I don't like chocolate. I hate chocolate.
That is weird.
I'm sorry.
I know. It's fine.
All right, podcast is over.
I know. I'm out.
No, so like, hold on,
I'm off the board.
back up. I've heard people not liking chocolate, right? I get it. Whatever. When did it start? Was it just like you just had a chocolate brownie and you're like, I don't like this at all?
No, I just never really liked chocolate.
Different types of chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate.
Nope. And I've also never seen any of the Star Wars or Godfathers.
Me either.
I haven't seen Godfather.
Oh, that makes me feel so much
No,
better.
honestly, I get flamed whenever I say that because I'm in the film industry and stuff
Oh,
like
fair,
that. People are like, so people are
Yeah.
like, you haven't seen The Godfather? I'm like,
No. I know.
no. You know what I mean? I have not seen it, and it's fine. But okay.
No, chocolate's gross. It tastes like dirt.
It does
Chocolate?
not.
It does not.
It does.
Okay, all right. Well, you've heard it first. Chocolate tastes like dirt.
I bet all your friends cancel their contracts with you.
I
today.
know. It's fine. Everybody who loves me knows.
Meanwhile, there's someone making a chocolate liqueur who's like really excited to show
yeah.
it to you.
I will appreciate the quality and the craftsmanship that goes into it.
You should have asked me what the weirdest thing about her is and what the weirdest she thinks.
What
the
do
weirdest thing
you think the weirdest thing about
Actually,
me
that
is?
I
sounds
truly
fun.
don't know
Let's
what
do
I
it.
would have said, but I don't know what the weird thing is about me.
Oh,
I can
man.
do a weird voice thing.
Perfect. What do you got?
That's not a voice. That's a sound. Oh, so back to your question earlier. If there's a sound that bothers me, that's it. It's Jeanette's dolphin. Oh, we broke up.
How am I supposed to maintain?
I make weird parody songs.
Honestly, that
Yeah.
was the best sounding goat I've ever heard.
A goat, a dolphin,
No, I know.
a bird,
I
a
think it was
monkey.
a dolphin.
It was
Yeah.
definitely a dolphin. like, would you say a dolphin is your spirit animal?
No, an elephant is for sure my spirit animal. I
And why
love
is that?
elephants. They're strong
'Cause they don't
have
forget anything.
community. They're strong. They
I
have
said why
community.
it is, not why it isn't.
That's right.
She doesn't forget anything.
I do too. I forget everything. What's your name again?
She's like, remember you were an idiot? And I was like, which time?
Which time? Let me tell you. I have them written down. I don't love dolphins. I love elephants because they're strong. They have a big sense of community. They mourn and honor their dead. They take care of. They're maternal instead of paternal. Matriarch is what I mean instead of patriarch. And they, whenever the mother elephants are giving birth, they circle her to protect her during that time, no matter how long it takes. They're cool animals. They're so smart.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting how like animals do things like that? Like senses of community, but it has to be within them. I actually watched a documentary the other day where, have you guys ever heard the documentary Grizzly Man?
Sure.
Grizzly Man?
Is he in the woods kind of guy?
Yeah. It's by Horner.
No, it's
Warner
the grizzly that lives in the
Herzog.
city.
Yeah, it's
Listen, I guessed and sounded right. So
actually, she was spot on.
Native to Denver,
A
grizzly
guy
bear.
in the woods. Boom. You were spot on. And actually,
right.
she's actually right. So it's about a story about a gentleman named Timothy Treadwell who goes into the Alaskan tundra and
Like
lives
I
with
said.
bears.
right. Okay.
Literally
Feels
lives with
dangerous.
bears for like 2 months a year,
Oh.
and does it for like 14 years. And you know,
Wait, you just said 2 months a year, 14 years.
yeah, 2 months a year for 14 years.
2 months per year. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
so a
got it.
total of 26
Remember, he said
months.
numbers were hard. So
Wait,
you just gotta
crap,
run with
for
it.
28 months. Oh, numbers are hard. Dude, you guys, where's my calculator at? Okay, no, but
He lives with bears in the wilderness.
He does. He lives with bears. And actually, it's wild. He gets super close to them, and he actually becomes part of their community. Like he names them and interacts with them in like really beautiful ways, like really ways that you would never expect a human to interact with bears. And it just made me think of what you said about the elephants, how they have these like community and they have like these like instinctual protections to preserve their own, right? And I feel that that's something that in all reality, people who work in MPI or MIC, that's who we are essentially. Like we are those people who will do what we can to help, to guide, to just be a listen, like someone to listen. because this industry is not easy. It's not. It's rewarding, for sure. But it's nice to have people who, like you said, hey, I am having a really hard time with this event, and someone to be like, girl, I got you.
Yes.
And yes, that was my impression of Eric right there. Nice.
Well, I think
was
too,
really
it's like that was a good Eric actually. But I think also it's not only they understand,
Love you,
but
buddy.
they can tell you, we can tell each other the craziest things. Oh, a 7,000-pound icicle went through the ballroom ceiling,
Yes.
and Jeanette would be like, oh, well, I had a car go through it, and here's what it's like the craziest things happen in our industry that people just don't understand.
Yeah.
My husband's an operations manager, and I'll tell him something, and he's like, well, I would tell him, and then it's insert a lot of bad words, and I'm like, well, that's why you do what you do, and I do what I do.
Sure.
But it's just like, not only do we understand each other, but it's like nothing phases us. Like
Right.
we've heard and seen and lived through some just crazy shit that
Yeah.
it's just no other industry would.
That would be a really cool podcast where you talk about just the craziest.
Oh my God. I want to do it at MIC. I want to do like
That would be
horror
fun.
stories of planners.
What kind of stories?
Horror. Horror. Scary stories.
I'll tell you, we still have some time left. You guys want to
Scary
share
stories.
a horror story?
I have so many.
Let's scare our audience before we leave.
Well, I don't know if it's scary, but it's one of the craziest things.
Honestly,
Yeah, I think it's the crazy
It
stories.
gives perspective. Because it's like, hey, listen, I don't care what is going wrong at your event. At least it wasn't this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it comes from a place of not like, I want to one up you or grandstand you. It comes from a place of like, it could be so much worse.
Exactly.
And
No,
it's like, it helps
exactly.
like pull you down to
Yeah.
perspective.
Or what in the hell did you do?
Right.
Yeah, how did you manage
What
that?
do you mean?
How did
They
that-
put a
yeah.
mattress in a storage room in the basement, and that's where they put your guest.
Right.
Like, it's like things like that. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, I got stories for days.
They
It's-
put
Yeah, because I had a no walk clause in the contract, and they were like, "We didn't walk them," and I was like, "Okay." Well, I didn't know I need to specify it needs to be an actual room, not just a storage room. That was when I was with HB, and I got that call from a client. It was in South Africa. My client was based here, but the salesperson was in London. It was a whole thing. But those are the things that it's like.
You have some of the funnest stories.
I don't know. Fun was not how I
Fun
felt
for
in the
me to
moment.
listen to.
Well,
exactly. We're fun bystanders.
Yeah,
We're fun. We're fun audience.
But at the end of the day, we have to remember, like, we're not saving lives, right? Like, some stuff is crazy, and it is
depends.
like,
I'm just joking.
but we're, at the end of the day, like, everybody
Yeah.
went home and everybody was fine.
Yeah.
That's the
So-
most important part, right? At the end of the day, like, the event still happens, and even if everything doesn't go 100% according to plan, the event still happened, right?
And you learn something from it, and you figure,
and you learn something from
and
it.
you learn from I'm letting Jeanette think now, which of her amazing crazy stories she's gonna tell. But like
I can smell the smoke. Don't worry. It's
I mean, the 7,000-pound icicle, for example. So it went through. We had an event. We were 2 weeks away. We were completely maxed out.
Yeah.
In the ballroom, and a 7,000-pound icicle fell onto the ballroom ceiling and took out 2 out of the 5
Oh,
sections.
you weren't kidding about that.
I wasn't kidding. It hit with so much force that they actually had to pull in forensic engineers to see if it was even stable. And I get the call. It was a Friday. And this was when I was with HB, and it was for a client of mine, and I was going to be on site with them. And I got up, and I made myself a very stiff martini. And my husband was like, what just happened? Who wasn't on the call, or who wasn't on the phone? I'm like, I'm going to have to make some really uncomfortable phone calls. Basically, what we ended up having to do is, because we were already maxed out, we had to completely change the menu. We had to completely change the layout. So we went from a plated, like, seated meal to grab and go, theater style. They had to build a fake wall. I mean, it was crazy.
How
And
much time do you have to do this?
they had about a week
Okay.
to do it because they had to make sure it was stable.
I was gonna say, yeah.
I
it's a
mean,
good
the
thing
whole
that didn't
it
happen
hit with
during the
about
day.
70 to 80 miles. It hit going about 70, 80 miles per hour.
So can we back up? I'm trying to visualize.
So a
this
water
happening.
tank at the top of the hotel had sprung a leak.
'Kay.
And so from the 24th floor to the 10th floor, it had created a massive icicle. And it was Q1 in a cold city.
That will not be named.
I said this story once. I think it was at MIC or somewhere.
On the MIC panel.
I was at the MIC panel, and the CVB came out to me, and they're like, "You were there, weren't you?" And I was like, I tried to be, and they're like, well, we remembered this. So this was back in 2018. So this was a while ago. So it just cleaved off. It was like one of those where it was freezing at night. So it froze, but then the next day it was 40 degrees. So as they're trying to figure out what to do, it popped off, and that's when it fell. And on the other side was Main Street. So it's like, thank God, actually, it was on that side. And it was just like, we were like, all right, well, what are we going to do? And you have to, and we had to change the structure. It was, I mean, but that's.
Could you imagine being there when that thing went? Or like,
no,
you just,
so thank God nobody was in the ballroom, but the
Good.
staff did say they heard it. They said it was like a freight
I
train.
hope so.
They could hear it, like they heard it fall going down, and then obviously the massive explosion when it hit.
How much water did that make?
Yeah, that was my next
wow.
question. How much ice was there? Because
Yeah,
we're talking about like,
Well, 7,000 pounds of it.
yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll take a week to
Also,
get that
what
all
was
out
the
of there.
water bill that month? I'm like so curious about.
Yeah.
Like, how much money was that? Yeah, I
Do you
mean, that
think
was.
if they put the water back, like it would have
I
worked?
mean, I hope not.
Is that how that works? No, but
There's
honestly, like
buckets.
that's insane. I mean, you just never know what to expect in this industry. I mean, sometimes, it's very similar to like, filmmaking in that sense of like documentary filmmaking. Like you can only plan so much, but things are going to happen, right? It goes back to like,
And they all look at you like, how are you going to fix this? How are you going to build the ballroom?
And you have to be calm and collective.
you kind of have to be like a duck.
Collected.
Like
It's
under
100%.
the water,
Totally
like
a
yeah,
duck.
we're
kicking, but,
all
like,
we're
very
all
gliding in
ducks.
front.
We're just ducking it up.
Yes.
We're just
Ducking it up.
mother duckers. you
We're
know
just
what I mean?
mother duckers,
Mother
just ducking
duckers.
it up. hmm
My son's plays hockey, and he wants to be the mother puckers.
Ooh,
That's
that's
all.
clever.
That
I
just
wonder where he
reminded
got that clever wittiness.
I don't know.
Paul.
Probably Paul. Yeah.
No, I mean, when it comes to, situations be out of our control, it's like we do have to handle it though. We do have to be on our feet, and we can't show that things are wrong, because if we sense, like if people can sense our auras off in the sense of like something isn't right or we need to fix this or something's going right, people can pick up on it very easily.
That's why event planner is one of the top 10 most stressful events in the world. Or
Yeah.
most stressful
Careers.
jobs and
Yeah.
careers. Yeah.
It's like what? It's like pilot, neurosurgeon, police
Yeah.
officer, event planner.
Therapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therapist
Yeah.
is like number one.
Well, I think being honest with them
Wow,
too.
I don't
when-
know. Fact check.
but like being honest when something goes wrong. Sorry, I'm gonna say one more thing, Jeanette, and then she's like,
No,
"Guys,
you're good."
she won't stop talking." We had one of our conventions where they put our registration pallets on a train instead of a plane. And fun fact, trains are slower than planes. So we showed up and none of our registration stuff was there. And like,
Put it on a train.
it was an accident. It was human error. And it happened in the shipping process.
Selling train.
I mean, yeah, trains, planes, automobiles, same thing. But I mean, our general contractor was literally like, we will be there we will meet you somewhere. Mad kudos to our partner Heritage that we've had for years. Like everybody was trying, but people showed up with to get their badges, and they were on this train somewhere or swag bags. Our pre-education, everything was on the pallet. And we just were honest with people, and we were like, it just got shipped wrong.
Yeah.
And the amount of people who were like all fired up about it. And then as soon as we were like, this is what happened, they were like, oh, okay. And we're like, we will bring you your badges when they're ready, or you can pick it up tomorrow. Nobody's going to not let you in. And, it was just kind of like, if you just tell them, if something is like that, just tell them.
Yeah. You don't
And
have to
people
create
would-
an elaborate story.
No, or
just-
pretend like everything's fine if it's not.
Or sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
You just need to be direct. Hey, here's what's happening. We're handling it.
Exactly.
Here's a glass of wine.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or sake.
or sake for sure. Except for Steph. Okay.
Yeah.
I like one.
All right. So, what do you have any stories?
I would say
you'd like to
the
share?
one thing, I don't have a lot of crazy stories. I've had
didn't know
a
that.
convention center hit by a tornado while we were in it.
That's.
Um,
I like how she's like, I don't have that many crazy stories.
but
I
So
survived
there
the
we
tornado.
are. The movie Twister is
But it
based off of
wasn't
my
like-
convention.
I mean, we didn't even, it wasn't like we were all sucked up into it or anything. It caused
that's
roof
good.
damage, which then poured into the exhibit hall and ruined actually the company that I was working with, their whole exhibit hall. It didn't touch anybody else's. And then that's how we found out we had the wrong insurance that didn't cover everything. So that was
So
one.
that was
So
the
that's how
lesson.
you found that out?
That's a lesson. Yes, that's how we found that out.
So it's so great whenever you learn lessons, because like when things go right, you don't really learn much. It's when things go wrong is when you learn.
Yeah.
And that's why like I welcome like being wrong. And like just anything, like if something goes wrong on a shoot or like at an event or something, like it's so easy to get spiraled and to be like, oh,
Yeah.
this is okay. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Like I've had situations where I've had to, take the bride and groom to a separate area and have them record their their vows again because the audio didn't work.
Oh no!
Like,
Oh
but
man!
listen, you work on your feet.
AV.
Not a
I
big
think
deal.
we've all had.
AV,
You
we've
just you
always
got to
had
do
an
what you got to
AV
do,
issue.
and
Yeah.
you know what? It happens, and you just got to, like you said, like
Well, I think
stay
that's
true to it.
why it's really important when, and this is just my opinion, when you're looking for an event planner, that you're looking for experience, because that is not something, dealing with an ice sculpture is not something you're learning with getting your degree. It's not even something you're learning through a certification that's offered through MPI. Like, it's just something you learn through experience. And so when to me, if I were hiring a meeting planner today, and I had a budget to hire somebody, it would not be somebody I wouldn't be looking for somebody with a degree. I would be looking for somebody who has joined a professional organization because and has certifications and has been in the industry for the amount of time that I have the budget to hire.
Yeah.
Because they have that experience. And I think that's really important, that people who are hiring really need to realize that the events industry, actually Stephanie and I were just talking about this, the degrees for our events industry haven't been around that long. So if you want somebody who has an events related degree and 10 years of experience, unless they went to, what was it called? What's that university?
Metro State.
No.
Johnson and Wales.
Yes. I was thinking Johns Hopkins. It's not it. Johnson
My sister
and
went there.
Wales.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome. Johnson and Wales.
Is she okay?
Then she's.
Yeah, it's fine. She's just better. Whatever. It's
Okay,
fine.
good.
Flute, Johns Hopkins, whatever.
Is the other one okay? Cool. Is the other one play the flute?
Yeah.
Got it. All right, continue.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I feel like you have a sweater story about your sister too.
No.
I have a lot of stories about my sister. I hope
so
she's not
anyway,
listening.
long story short, I think that unless you've got somebody who has that very specific degree, the events industry degrees have been a fairly new revelation. And so when you're looking for somebody who you want to be good, you really need to be looking for experience, certifications, and people who have other people to lean on, which is why I would be looking for somebody in that association.
And what kind of experience they have. I think, if you need somebody who's in the trenches, boots on the ground, okay, well, do they have any operational background? Do they have any where they have had to be there, really in the trenches with the people helping? Or do you need somebody who's more on the marketing side? Or do you need somebody who's more logistics? I think just looking at the overall, well-rounded of somebody.
Yeah.
We do so much compliance. I live and die by compliance and liquor laws and, all that. So, it's...
Live and die by
I
compliance.
literally do. I have nightmares about...
You need that on a shirt.
Oh, man, I do.
I live and die by compliance.
I should have that on our shirt. But it's that's a whole other level. And I had somebody who reached out to me recently who needed help with some permitting and they had some questions. And so I think that's the thing too, is okay, well then how does that translate over? And so it's when you're looking at it's our skills are so transferable too. That Jeanette's knowledge with the medical and healthcare and everything that she has, that just goes to show that she's super detail oriented. She knows exactly how important HIPAA and all that stuff is. So then it's okay, well that could translate over to security, that could translate over to government. There's so many how are our skill? We're so multifaceted, and versatile. And you have to be in this industry.
Yeah, exactly. I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's we have a skill set. Right, we don't have certifications. Some people have certifications, as you said, but it really comes from skill sets and experience.
Yeah.
Right. It's and like you said too, it's someone who's really good at detail oriented work would be a great planner, and maybe they're being a coordinator right now, but you can transition them to planner because you see that potential in them. And it's all about seeing potential in people and really bringing that to light and giving them the opportunities, or or presenting them the opportunities for them to really reach for it and to shine. Right. As cheesy as I could say that, sparkle or with brilliance, right?
With
brilliance.
As long as they have the passion, because you can't teach that.
I love that. Honestly, I would get that on a shirt. You can't teach passion.
Can't teach passion.
Can't teach passion.
You live and die by compliance.
or just compliance. Got it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when it comes to just closing thoughts here, first of all, I genuinely appreciate you both for coming out here today, braving the rainstorm out here.
I know, my hair was nice before. Sugar melts in the rain.
And
sugar.
Just
sure, so did the wicked witch.
Then I was fine.
She's gonna walk outside and just melt. It's I'm melting.
Yeah. I did say that once, and my darling 16-year-old was like, "Well, then you'll be fine, Mom." I was like, "Oh, he's not
Dude,
wrong."
kids are brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Kids are brutal. And
Yeah, my daughter told me I look like a chicken strip the other day. I don't even know what that means, but it didn't feel nice.
It didn't feel nice. My son, I showed him a picture of me from 10 years ago, and I was like, don't I look just as young? He's like, you look a little bit older. You've got some wrinkles here, 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 and here. And I'm like, so my whole face? Thanks so much.
I know. Or Emma will be like, "Is that what you're wearing?" I'm like, "I guess not."
I can't
not
imagine
if I
having
look
a
like a chicken
daughter.
strip.
Yeah.
Bro, like that's kids do say the craziest things, and though kids see the world with more wonder, and that's why I feel like to be the best adult you can be, you really need to find your inner child and embrace it. And like that's why like the weird question works, because the kids, we make fun of people for when you're a kid you make fun of them for being weird.
Yeah.
But like now it's like, nah, man, what's the weirdest thing about you, and how can we bond over it?
Sure.
Like how can we build a relationship over your weirdness, and you can like because I think too often we have conversations, especially in this industry, where they can very easily be shallow, because you're meeting so many people and you're bouncing around, but people see through that. So you really have to like want to meet people and be open to meeting people and like learning about other people. And that's why, I love going to like MPI meetings or just going to different events and just like, okay, cool, I get to make a new friend today, or like I get to meet someone new or something like that. But I
Have you haven't done a retreat yet? I guess not yet. So the
No.
retreats
Be
are, I think,
December.
they're so pivotal to your time with the board, because that is when you see everybody's weirdness, and that is when you get to really, really bond over. It's amazing. It's like camp.
I honestly can't wait. And actually, I just replied to Vivica's email like 2 days ago.
Oh, did you?
So yeah, done it.
Did you text her?
I did text
Did
her.
you get a Vivica bug?
I got a Vivica
I got
bug.
a Vivica bug too.
What's a Vivica bug?
Honestly, I have no idea, but we got one.
I don't know. She's implementing a system, which I don't think we're supposed to tell everybody. So
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's a good thing this isn't live.
Vivica, I want one.
it's not live.
No, it is live. Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
okay.
No, but what I do,
Nice.
honestly, guys, we are pretty close to time here, and I just, like I said, I could keep talking to you guys all night.
Yeah,
This has been,
that's what we always run into.
this has been so
We're
much
amazing.
fun, and thank you so much for sharing your stories. Thanks so much for sharing your passions, and your time, because time is our most valuable resource, and how we choose to spend it should be our most important question of every day. So, with that said, thank you so much for tuning in for episode 6 of VendrCast here at Ballyhoo.
I feel like Jeanette need to follow with that noise.
We're gonna send it out like that. We're gonna send it out like that. I'm totally down. We're gonna sign
That's
out
gonna
like
be
that.
a sound bit now.
All right, absolutely. Listen, this is gonna be my ringtone. Actually,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna be your ringtone when you call me.
Well, like I said, guys, this has been a genuine pleasure, and thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Please tune in next month when someone else is sitting in the seat. It'll either be Devin or Mary Grace. Both are incredible people. I love them both dearly. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and until then, stay passionate and treat others with kindness and be a good person. It should be that simple. Thank you so much, and yeah, thank you.
Cheers.
Tacos.
Tacos for fritas.